How does the world move 6 million tons of tiny quail each year? Behind the scenes, a complex system keeps millions of birds alive across continents. Across sprawling farmland, in regions with varying climates and traditions, the production of quail begins as a tightly managed operation. Farms nestled in Asia, Europe, and North America each host their own methods of raising these birds. Yet all face common challenges. The small size of quail makes them particularly delicate right from the start. They require precise temperature control, optimal feed, and humane handling to ensure their health and productivity. Each region has developed its own way of breeding and nurturing these creatures, often influenced by local customs and environmental conditions. In the early stages, hatcheries hatch and raise millions of young birds each year, carefully selecting breeders based on health, growth rate, and reproductive ability. The hatchlings are placed in climate-controlled pens, where they grow under conditions designed to keep stress levels low and vitality high. As they mature, a complex decision-making process kicks in. Which birds are best suited for market, breeders, or reproduction? This ongoing sorting maintains quality and supply consistency. From these farms, the next challenge arises: how to move them safely from rural fields to central processing and distribution points. Here, stress management becomes a key concern. Proper handling techniques, specialized cages, and transport protocols are adopted to keep the birds comfortable and healthy. Some farms pack small groups into breathable, lightweight crates, designed to reduce injury and discomfort during long hauls. Transporting millions of tiny birds involves an elaborate network of trucks, trains, and ships. These vehicles must be equipped with temperature controls, ventilation systems, and monitoring devices. The cargo is kept in conditions mimicking their natural environment as closely as possible, preventing dehydration and overheating. Each leg of the journey requires meticulous planning. Drivers and operators coordinate schedules to minimize transit times, while temperature sensors relay real-time data. For international movement, this process becomes even more complex. Quail shipments often cross borders, requiring inspection, health certification, and compliance with various regulations. Veterinary checks ensure no disease transmission occurs, and biosecurity measures prevent contamination. Shipping companies have developed specialized containers to preserve freshness and hygiene during ocean crossings, with some marine vessels equipped with climate control systems tailored for live animals. Within each destination country, the process continues. Quail arrive at regional processing centers or assembly points, where they are sorted, weighed, and prepared for further distribution. Here, operators examine each shipment carefully, ensuring that health standards are maintained and that the birds are in good condition for market. Skilled handlers carefully transfer them from transport crates into holding pens or cages, ready to join the supply chain that feeds markets, restaurants, and households across the world. This initial stretch, the production and initial movement stages, represents a foundation built on precise management and coordinated effort. Farmers, transporters, and authorities work together to keep these tiny creatures from stress and harm. They adapt their practices continuously, integrating new methods to improve animal welfare, reduce waste, and streamline processes. In many regions, this means adopting better cage designs, implementing stricter hygiene standards, and refining cooling systems. These efforts are driven by the need to produce high-quality quail meat and eggs that reach consumers in optimal condition. The entire system depends on the harmony of these components: each farm, each vehicle, each regulation, forming a web that keeps millions of birds alive and healthy enough for their part in a vast exchange. Behind the scenes, a complex dance unfolds, balancing tradition with technology, ensuring that the tiny birds remain resilient amid the demands of modern trade. Once past the initial farms, the next phase involves moving these small birds across vast regions with precision and care. Specialized crates, designed with both airflow and safety in mind, are the first step. These cages are constructed from lightweight yet durable materials, often with breathable sides that allow fresh air to circulate and reduce stress during transit. Their shapes and sizes are optimized to prevent injury and overcrowding, ensuring each bird remains upright and comfortable even during long hauls. Small gaps prevent suffocation, while rounded corners avoid sharp edges that could harm the birds. Trucks outfitted with temperature-controlled compartments form the backbone of domestic transportation. These vehicles are fitted with sophisticated climate control systems that adjust temperature and humidity levels based on real-time data. During peak heat, cooling units reduce internal temperatures, mimicking early morning conditions, while in colder weather, radiant heaters or insulation prevent chilling. Sensors monitor daily fluctuations, communicating with central systems that adjust settings, preventing heat stress or hypothermia. Such precautions are vital to keep the birds at a steady comfort level, reducing mortality rates and ensuring they arrive at the next point healthy. During peak harvest seasons, railways form an alternative route. Specialized train cars with climate controls run alongside highways, carrying hundreds of thousands of birds on scheduled intervals. Rail travel offers a smoother, less bumpy ride, reducing trauma that can occur in road transport. The loading process is a carefully choreographed operation. Personnel use minimal stress handling techniques, gently transferring birds from farm crates to transport containers. Quiet, calm environments are maintained to lessen panic, with handlers trained to avoid sudden movements or loud noises. When shipments grow large enough to cross borders, ships become the dominant means for moving vast quantities of quail over oceans. Container ships equipped with refrigerated units, often called reefers, host a series of climate-controlled containers designed specifically for live animals. These containers feature multiple layers of insulation and advanced ventilation systems, maintaining the ideal environment despite the vessel's size and the sea's unpredictable conditions. Inside, sensors constantly monitor parameters like temperature, humidity, and air quality, relaying data back to the crew, who can intervene if necessary. On board, specialized staff are assigned to oversee animal health and comfort, regularly checking on the containers and adjusting conditions as needed. The ship's sail routes carefully chosen for stability, avoiding rough seas or weather patterns that could disturb the cargo. Some vessels are equipped with gentle air circulation systems to prevent drafts and ensure even distribution of fresh air. During long crossings, feeding and watering systems provide sustenance, designed to disturb the birds as little as possible. These systems include automatic sprinklers and gentle drip of water, helping prevent dehydration without causing stress or injury. Back on land, at ports of arrival, the process continues with meticulous attention. Quail are removed from refrigerated containers, moved into holding pens that are designed to reduce noise, light, and handling stress. The staff here are trained in gentle handling practices, often using soft-shell tools or cushioned gloves to transfer the birds with care. Each shipment is examined for signs of stress or damage, with veterinary personnel on site performing quick health assessments. Fresh water and feed are provided, acclimating the birds gradually to their new environment. At this stage, large-scale refrigeration systems are used to store some of the birds temporarily, giving time for sorting and clearance procedures before distribution. These facilities are equipped with air handling systems that maintain a stable temperature, avoiding fluctuations that could affect the bird's health. Depending on market demand and destination, arrangements are made for the next leg, be it local trucking, air freight, or direct delivery to processing plants. Throughout this process, careful coordination hinges on real-time data, efficient scheduling, and teams trained to handle animals with empathy and precision. Automated platforms track each shipment's status, updating handlers and logistics managers as trucks roll out from farms, trains leave stations, or ships set sail. In many cases, environmental sensors also monitor external conditions, wind, rain, or temperature shifts that influence transit. This constant flow of information allows operators to make swift adjustments, avoiding delays and keeping stress at bay. These steps form the backbone of how millions of tiny birds are transported across great distances each year, powered by engineered tools, dedicated personnel, and a network built for speed, safety, and humane treatment. Behind the scenes, this combination of technology and skill ensures the vitality of each shipment, bridging gaps between distant farms and distant markets with an efficiency born from careful planning and continuous refinement. It's a process rooted in the delicate balance of speed, safety, and well-being, a feat that silently sustains the demand for quail worldwide. From the moment a tiny quail is placed inside a breathable cage, a process of ongoing care begins, extending through each stage of transit and arrival. As the birds move from farm to port, every cage is carefully designed to minimize discomfort, with materials chosen to keep stress levels low and reduce injury. The handler's gentle movements and quiet handling techniques help prevent panic, making each transfer feel less like a procedure and more like a respectful exchange. Once aboard a transport vehicle, whether truck or train, the climate control systems work ceaselessly to maintain comfort, with sensors providing constant feedback. Small adjustments, turning on a heater, activating a fan, are made in real time, so the birds remain in conditions that resemble their natural habitat, avoiding both dehydration and overheating. When these shipments reach the coast for ocean crossings, the specialized containers aboard ships guard their cargo with layers of insulation, ensuring that even rough seas do not disturb the delicate balance of temperature and airflow inside. Inside the containers, a gentle circulation of air keeps the environment consistent, while automatic watering systems provide moisture without disturbing the birds. The crew aboard carefully observes the sensors, ready to act if any parameter drifts from the safe zone, ensuring each group of quail remains calm through days of voyage over open water. Their arrival at ports is a carefully managed process, with handlers trained to transfer the birds into holding pens that replicate their familiar environment, minimizing stress after hours or days of transit. Once inside the processing facilities, a team of veterinarians and skilled workers conducts health assessments, checking for signs of fatigue or injury, and providing water and fresh food. These holding spaces are designed for gentle care, dim lighting, soft bedding, and a quiet atmosphere, so each bird can settle before moving on to the next phase. From here, some quail are moved into temporary storage units with climate control that prevents drastic fluctuations. These spaces serve as a buffer, matching supply with demand, and coordinating the timing of final delivery. The systems controlling these units are calibrated to sustain a steady, humane environment, preventing any stress that could compromise quality. The logistical operation continues with local transport, which can include small trucks, cargo planes, or even specialized freight trains, all equipped to maintain the same standards of temperature and care. Every step involves precise timing. Departments coordinate schedules so that the birds experience as little disturbance as possible, arriving at processing or sale points in prime condition. For markets and restaurants, the final stage involves delicate handling, carefully transferring the birds into refrigeration units, where they await their turn to be prepared and served. The constants of airflow, temperature, and humidity stay under observation throughout this period, as even small variations can affect freshness and safety. Behind this entire operation lies a vast network of dedicated people, from farm workers and transport crews to port staff and food safety inspectors, each playing a part in maintaining quality, animal welfare, and efficiency. Their work embodies a mix of experience and technology, blending skilled handling with real-time data monitoring. It's a meticulous process that ensures that each tiny bird remains in prime condition, ready to fulfill its role in the markets that supply food around the world. When one considers the magnitude of moving 6 million tons of quail annually, it becomes clear that it is a feat grounded in teamwork, technology, and careful planning, an ongoing effort to keep millions of delicate creatures alive, healthy and prepared for their next chapter. This hidden machinery of movement operates with quiet purpose, supporting the needs of consumers and producers alike, while preserving the well-being of the animals at each stage. It reflects the dedication to balancing speed with humane treatment, ensuring that every bird arriving on the other side is as vital as when it left the farm. As we consider this remarkable process, we see a testament to human commitment, an invisible web of effort spanning continents, sustained by care, precision, and the shared goal of feeding the world. Behind every plate of quail, a complex system ensures these small birds are cared for and moved with precision and compassion across continents, connecting farms to tables worldwide.